So we have the draws out. We can talk about the groups pretty quickly. Group A is going to be. Is there only 3 teams in a group?
Yeah, so we're waiting for the
3
play-ins.
groups
So
plus the
and then play-ins. Yeah.
it might be
Okay,
easier to talk about play-ins first. Which the main thing to note is that Cloud9 is in Group A, and then LNG and HLE are in Group B, which is the Chinese 4th seed and the Korean 4th seed. So that's like the main thing to note. We're expecting Cloud9, HLE, and LNG to get out, and then those will be seeded into the actual groups, of which HLE has to go into the team without a Korean team in it. So that's Group C. We know the LNG has to go into a team without a Chinese team in it. So that means they're going into Group D. And then that means Cloud9 sadly has to go into Group A.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we'll talk about these groups really quick, though. I'll pull them up on the feed really quick. You want to each go through them? Like, we'll each do a group?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Group A, the confirmed seeds at the moment are LCK's Damwon Kia.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Damwon Gaming Kia, yeah.
Yep, I was just making sure I remember, like, DW, that's Damwon. LPL's Fun Plus Phoenix, LEC's Rogue, and again, a play-in representative who...
most likely to be Cloud9. We'll talk about, like, the other potentials after, but most likely Cloud9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's going to be hard to see anyone except DK and FBX leaving this group.
Yeah, so this group is especially hard because a lot of people are talking about how the fact that Korea is very top heavy right now. Lower seed Korea teams can definitely be beaten by Western teams, but a lot of the Chinese teams are very good, and especially Fun Plus Phoenix, which a lot of people think is actually the strongest Chinese team despite being the 2nd seed. A lot of people think that they are stronger than Edward Gaming right now. So in theory, you've pulled the team with I guess it literally is Group A, but like the best team in the world in theory with Damwon Kia, and then the best Chinese team in the world with Fun Plus Phoenix, both of which could easily win Worlds. So
yeah, it's probably 1 and 2 in terms of power level at this point, right?
Yeah, most likely.
So unfortunate that they're in the same group.
At the very least, they're both like top 4. For I mean, whatever you want to say, it's like 2 of the top 4 teams in the world are in Group A.
Yeah, so Rogue's probably screwed if Cloud9 goes here, and Cloud9 is so fucked if they get in this group.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for them to overcome, I think, any of these teams.
I did see
maybe Rogue.
I did see a Copium post. On Reddit.
Yeah?
I was sorting by new because I wanted to see all the Copium from today, and it was like, this is actually best case scenario for Rogue. Rogue needs to be able to push themselves, and having the group with the 2 best teams will allow Rogue to play at their very best. We've seen these lower seeded LEC teams overcome the greats, take the best Korean and Chinese teams to Game 5. I think if Rogue really wants to win Worlds, then they will do it by fighting the best teams in the world in their groups. And I'm like, holy fuck.
So it's not wrong in the sense that
you have to beat everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to beat everyone, and I guess by making your group stage impossible, you make knockouts easier. But why not guarantee that you get there? You know,
Man's
that's definitely not best case scenario.
Holy shit, it was crazy.
So probably DK FPX. I could see it going either way. Honestly, I think they're pretty close to equal.
Oh, for sure.
Plus, I'm sure we'll get a LPL group stage buff. So
yeah, we'll see it for sure.
Group B, Group B is Edward, 100 Thieves. I almost said Tyler one. T1 and
it's probably gonna be one of the minor region teams.
Okay. Boy, this one's gonna be a fucking slobber knocker too.
Yeah.
I think 100 Thieves actually has a pretty decent chance of getting out of groups.
They have a decent chance for North America, comparatively.
Yeah. Yes. I guess that's the preface that
it's pretty easy to say Edward's going to be 1, T1's going to be 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the obvious answer. I just think it's not crazy in a best of 1 scenario for 100 Thieves to take a game off either of those teams.
Yeah, especially with how aggressive that 100 Thieves has tended to play.
And they're getting closer now. Originally, they weren't gonna have closer for fucking Worlds, but they're jungler.
Yikes!
But they today finally got a Ziza approved.
Oh, good. So yeah, I think there's a decent chance for NA for sure that 100 Thieves get out.
Yeah, I think it's at least a chance. It's not like a completely dead group. Like the Cloud9 group is dead.
It's hot. Yeah.
It's such a small chance that anyone other than Damwon and Fun Plus Phoenix get out.
Yeah.
Like it requires some pretty crazy.
Cool. Group C though is PSG, Fnatic, Royal, and then the play-in representative, which will be the Korean team. So it'll probably be HLE, Han. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's the Chovy team. Chovy and the boys.
I'm not Life Esports, yeah.
Yeah, Chovy and the boys, as we call them. This group,
Chovy in his backpack.
Yeah, PSG is good. Like I really do think PCS is a good region, but the reality is it's the weakest of the first seeds. I think it's pretty easy to say that it's the weakest of the first seeds. Meaning Fnatic and Royal got really good groups. It's going to be probably the reality is any of them can make it out. PSG still is a good team. I just think they're the weakest first seed. But Fnatic could easily make it out first. PSG could make it out first or second. Royal could make it out first or second. HLE, if Chovy fucking claps kids, could make it out first or second. I think this group's going to be like really messy, but it will be fun. I think all the teams this is the closest group for sure.
I definitely think it's going to be the most interesting group.
It'll be really fun, I think, to watch. We'll see some good, interesting, like competitive games. I think we'll see some absolute stomps as well.
Yeah.
This is one where I wish that that they had like best of threes at this point.
Oh, of course,
in groups, right? Because like these are more best of threes that I would want to see. Whereas like watching Damwon 2-0 Cloud9 or watching Fun Plus 2-0 Rogue, I don't care that much about.
Yeah.
But like it would be fun to watch, a 3-game series between Fnatic and PSG.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yep. And then final group D, Mad Lions, Genji, and Team Liquid, as well as the play-in. Is that another minor?
Yeah, the play-in. No, the play-in team will be the assuming LNG makes it, the Chinese fourth seed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's China fourth
which
seed, probably.
is definitely the most likely. So.
And so. What did Genji place?
Genji got third or second. Sorry, they were Genji was third or second. But the thing is they kind of just made it there by losing because they had enough points. It was one of those scenarios where like they just like lost a bunch of series, but they still made it to Worlds, right?
Yeah,
because they were already like seeded high enough from like the season or whatever. I don't remember that fully, but I just remember like they do probably look like. They're definitely weaker than T1 and way weaker than Damwon.
Interesting.
But I think this will still be. I think this will be an interesting group as well, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I think it's possible to be mad for sure. Like LEC first seed is definitely very different than Chinese or Korean first seed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mad's really good though. I think Mad is fucking amazing. I just think that play a game when you're watching Worlds. How many times is Mad winning and then Humanoid gets caught? It's almost every single game. He's a really good
best of ones. That's really, really risky.
Yeah, I think Humanoid's insane too. He fucking wins lane versus good players consistently, right? And then he just always somehow gets caught, and I have no idea why. Like it's so crazy. But maybe he'll fix that by Worlds. I think it can be anyone though. I really think Mad is probably the favorite. But it's not like Team Liquid can't take a game off Mad. It's not like Team Liquid can't take a game off Genji. It's not like Team Liquid couldn't take a game off LNG. I think it's possible for sure. Good.
Yes.
So
should be pretty exciting.
Yeah. Only other thing to talk about is that play-ins. So play-ins actually starts on October 5th, very, very soon. Here's the crazy thing, Nick. So I'm someone who doesn't like rigging brackets, right? I don't like purposely losing games to get better seeds.
Okay.
But so this is the way it works in play-ins. Is top 2 teams from play-ins then play number 1 team from play-ins from both groups automatically goes to is automatically qualified, right? So if like Cloud9 gets first, they're automatically qualified to groups, right? If LNG gets first in their group, they automatically qualify to groups for plans. And then the other 2 teams, the next 2 teams, so like team 2 and 3 and team 2, 3 and 4, 2, 3 and 4 for both groups, then play in a bracket to qualify for groups or whatever. I think Cloud9's best chance at Worlds this year is to purposely not get first in their group.
Really interesting.
Because if Cloud9 purposely doesn't get first in their group, they have to play in the bracket, and if Hanwha Life Esports, the Chovy team, doesn't get first in their group, because it's definitely possible that they don't beat LNG. LNG could beat Hanwha like easy in groups. Mm-hmm. If Hanwha doesn't get first seed in their group, Cloud9 gets to play them in play-ins, in groups, in a best of 3 or best of 5. And I'm not saying Cloud9's favored for that. I don't think Cloud9 is favored for that. But I think Cloud9's
they have a better chance of winning that best of 3 than they do of beating fucking Damwon.
If Cloud9 beats Hanwha, assuming Hanwha doesn't get first seed in their group, Cloud9 knocks out Hanwha, and Cloud9 then has a 50-50 chance of getting placed into, or maybe it's just 100%. They get placed instead of Group A. They can get placed into the group that has the no Chinese representative. So Group
C, no. Group D.
Group C, yeah, Group C. You got it. PSG, the PSG group.
RNG is the Chinese.
No, that's
seed.
I'm saying instead of the Korean team. Because if Cloud9 knocks out Hanwha, so Cloud9 purposely doesn't get first in their group. They have a very easy group. They purposely don't get first in their group. They get second, third, or fourth. They then play against the second, third, or fourth seed from Group A, which if Hanwha doesn't get first, they play against them, beat them potentially, which I don't think they actually are favored in that matchup by any means. Mm-hmm. They then get placed in Group C, which means they're in a PSG Fnatic Royal Never Give Up group compared to a Damwon Fun Plus Phoenix Rogue group. How much fucking easier is that group? I'm not saying by any means Cloud9 will be favored versus Hanwha. I just think that it's like probably like 70-30 that Hanwha wins, but they have like a 30% chance of beating Hanwha. I think they have a sub 0% chance of getting out of a Damwon Fun Plus Phoenix Rogue group.
Yeah, I think so too. That group is just so top heavy versus Group C, where honestly PSG, Fnatic, RNG are probably pretty similar power levels.
Yeah, and
I could see them like cannibalizing each other, making it harder for one team to pull away, or two teams to pull away and secure playoff spots without eliminating the bottom tier team.
Like,
damn, that's crazy. Actually,
I'm not saying that you should purposely throw games, but like, I wonder if we'll see that. I honest to God think that if Cloud9 doesn't get first in their group, that's probably what they're hoping. You assume, right?
Probably.
Like, it's their probably best chance to go further into the bracket.
Yeah. Which even then is like very unlikely, but